can I ask you something gently? Did anyone teach you how to be gentle? Or are you learning it while already responsible for little hearts? If you were not raised softly, if you were raised in survival, in shouting, in emotional distance, then of course gentleness feels foreign. But Allah is not foreign to gentleness. Bismillah. Today I want to talk about gentleness, not the aesthetic kind, not the soft voice Instagram kind, the kind that feels almost impossible when you're overwhelmed. Allah is Al-Lateef, the most subtle, the most gentle, the one whose kindness reaches you in ways you don't even notice. Look at your life for a moment. Where did things not collapse the way they could have? Where were you protected quietly? Where did something shift just enough to keep you standing? That is Al-Lateef, subtle mercy, hidden support, provision that doesn't always look dramatic, but carries you anyway. And the Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, told us, Allah is gentle, Rafiq, and loves gentleness in all matters. Allah loves gentleness, not perfection, not intensity, gentleness. But here is the challenge. How do you parent toddlers, infants waking all night, preteens pushing back, teenagers testing limits, when you were not raised gently? Some of us were raised in survival. Some of us were raised with shouting. Some of us were raised unseen. So now we are trying to give emotional support to our children while battling our own unhealed parts. That is heavy. Before you learn to be gentle with your child, you have to learn to be gentle with yourself. Forgive yourself first. See Allah's gentleness with you first, because the story you tell yourself matters. If the story is, I'm failing, I'm behind, I should be better by now, your nervous system will parent from shame. But if the story becomes, Allah is Al-Lateef with me, He knows what shaped me, He sees what I'm trying to undo, then gentleness begins there. Many of us are reparenting ourselves, healing the mother wound, breaking trauma patterns, while still cooking dinner, while still packing lunches, while still trying to regulate when we are triggered. So, I want to ask you gently, what battle are you fighting internally that makes parenting harder? Is it anger? For me, there have been moments where anger came from being a single mother and feeling financially unstable. That fear can leak out sideways. Maybe for you, it's resentment, loneliness, comparison, unhealed childhood rejection, postpartum overwhelm, feeling unsupported by a spouse, financial stress, exhaustion that turns into sharpness. Name it, not to shame yourself, but to bring it into the light. Al-Lateef already sees it. Allah says in Surah Ash-Shura 42:19, Allah is subtle with His servants. Quran 42:19, subtle. He knows the layers beneath your reaction. He knows what triggered you. He knows the history behind your tone. And He is not dealing with you harshly. So why are you? Gentleness in practice looks like pausing before responding, repairing without humiliation, lowering your voice even if it trembles, apologizing without collapsing into shame. And when you fail, you return. Because Allah loves gentleness, and He is nurturing you while you nurture them. There is a dua from the Quran. Rabbi, inni lima anzalta ilayya min khairin faqir. My Lord, indeed I am, for whatever good you send down to me, in need. Sometimes gentleness begins with admitting, I need help. You cannot measure Allah's plan by your current stress. You cannot measure His wisdom by your bank account. You cannot measure His care by how tired you feel. Al-Lateef works quietly. Just because you don't see dramatic change does not mean He is not rearranging things. If you were not raised gently, it makes sense that gentleness feels unnatural. But unnatural does not mean impossible. It just means it's new, and you are allowed to learn slowly. Tonight, your anchor. Allah is gentle with me. I can learn to be gentle too. Say it softly. You are not too broken to parent well. You are healing while parenting. And Al-Lateef is healing you in ways you cannot see yet. Stay steady. We are building gentle mothers, not perfect ones.